There is a true story in Damascus. It's a documented story that one of the Awliya Allah, one of the friends of Allah Almighty, was buried there, and it was so much traffic in that area, they wanted to dispel that grave, take it, move that person somewhere else, and build a wider highway. The French president came and he ordered the people to remove that grave. And he went to that area and he heard a loud sound and saying to him that you are not, you don't have the authority to move anything. And he went back and he was shaking and he told the people, don't remove that grave. And more than that, the people, he had his descendants, they came to visit there because this was a famous story during that time. This was not so many years ago. And when they dug him up, because he gave them permission, he gave his descendants permission to move him. But at first he was just showing that even this person was not as we think dead. Those who slain, those pure ones, there is no death for purity. Purity does not die. Only dirtiness dies. Only filth dies. Only decadent dies. Never purity. Never sincerity. It transcends cause and effect in time and space. That's who Allah is. Allah is ikhlas. There is no death from Allah Almighty. Once we reach the state of purity, there is no death for us. Even if we're in the ground. What we're doing, Allah knows best. What were you doing before you were in the womb of your mother? Before Allah Almighty put us in the womb of our mother, what were you doing? We really think we just been here since we were born. And when our fixed time is up, that's it. This is only the vehicle we're using on this plane. Like when they went to the moon, they put on a moon suit. It was a heavy suit that they used for the pull of gravity so they wouldn't fly out anywhere. When they came back on the ship, they took it off and hung it up. Did they grieve over a suit? They went to their rockets and they drove their rockets wherever they wanted to. Our bodies are not us and we're not our bodies. This is not our real being. This is an imitation of life. That's why we must listen. That's why we must learn. That's why we must apply what we learn. We must be obedient to that true being in ourselves in order for us to maintain our lives. We are servants of Allah Almighty. We don't know how we work and what Allah has us doing. What do you do when you sleep? You don't even know. You just see yourself somewhere. Sometimes you don't see yourself. That physical body, it's sleep, the saliva coming out of its mouth, you don't even hear or know anything. But the soul never sleeps. It's out and about somewhere. That's our real being. That's the being that Allah Almighty makes our mind and the body to respect. Respect that royal guest. You had a royal guest in your home, you would be breaking your neck to satisfy the royal guest. Feeding it, to call you comfortable. What else can I do for you? Here we go out with the royal guest and we're doing all kinds of abominations. We're not listening to what the royal guest is bringing. You think a royal guest would just come to us just to come to us? A royal guest brings something to bring us to that royalty of ourselves, from ourselves. And when Allah Almighty sends His servants, His friends, they come to us to bring us something. To take something off of us and to give us something. That's why we have to listen, because we will miss it. We will miss it. If you miss it, you may miss light years away from yourself. Allah says, leave everything. Come and gather and remember your Lord, so He may remember you by giving to you you. And we're doing something else. It means we're not yet ready. We should be packed everywhere, all even down the street. We should have a bigger facility. But the people are dying like animals. And they're really dying for real. And they're stinking for real. And it doesn't have to be when we have soap and water, hot water, for bathing. Who has taught us not to bathe? Who has taught us that it's okay to stink? And to accept that. We're asking Allah to forgive us here and after woman, Allah Tawfiq al-Fatima. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, wa salatu wa salamu ala karim Muslim Muhammadin Nabiyyin wa ahlihi wa sahbihi ajmain amma ba'd. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, we thank Allah Almighty for everything, and we, alhamdulillah, we thank Allah Almighty for this holy month of Muharram, bringing the shift that's going to change all of humanity. We're going to see it day by day, manifestation of a whole new thinking, a whole new way of doing, a whole new way of feeling. SubhanAllah, we are witnessing it. Woman la tawfiq al-Fatiha. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah al-Alameen. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Malik yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. Sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim wa la